What does the election mean?
Well, that's a very difficult question to answer at the moment. I think you've got to start by saying what the election was about for the public. I think the election was an anti-politics election for most people. So it was an election about none of the above, which is how you can explain the sort of 2.5 week loving with Nick Clegg and Clegg mania. That at the end, the public became very realistic and just thought, very sanguine, and decided, well, actually, to some extent, better the devil you know. But they voted very reluctantly on the whole. They seem to have held their nose whether they voted Tory or Labour to some extent. And where that's left us is in a very confused position. And as we speak at the moment, I'm not entirely clear what's going to happen. There are two clear scenarios. One is a minority Conservative government, just short of an overall majority, being propped up, possibly with votes from Northern Ireland. And there is the outside possibility, I think, of a Lib Lab sort of progressive pact. And the question there would be whether or not Gordon Brown will be the person to lead that pact. And I think that is something the public may find quite difficult to swallow.
And how precarious is Gordon Brown's position this morning?
There are two answers, isn't there? One is a straight constitutional answer, which is that his position is that he is the Prime Minister, who is entitled constitutionally to try and form a government. But then there's realpolitik and what's going on behind the scenes. And I think there will be people making judgments, both in the Labour Party and for the Liberal Democrats, as to whether or not Gordon remaining the leader of the Labour Party and the Prime Minister is in the best interests of progressive politics in the UK for in the years to come. And I think if the judgment is made that he is not in the best interests of that, then they will move against him and move against him quite quickly.
So do you think we're going to have a new leader of the Labour Party by the weekend?
Whether I'm going to nail my colours to that mast, I'm not sure. But I would certainly say I think that at the moment it's likely that we are going to see a new leader of the Labour Party in the near future. I mean, the question is as I say, how long the negotiations take between all the various parties. At what point does it become clear that the Liberals will do a deal with Labour or won't do a deal with Labour, or conversely that they will just agree to vote a Queen's speech through for David Cameron? And until that's clear, I would suspect that people will be quite content for Gordon Brown to stay there on the basis he's providing stability for the negotiations.
And finally, Peter, what was your big moment in the last 24 hours?
I think three. I think the Hammersmith result was incredible, completely unexpected and fantastic for Andy Slaughter. I mean, the Tories will have been gutted when their rising stars didn't win that seat. Secondly, Margaret Hodge absolutely tonking the British National Party, 4 times the size of their vote. Fantastic result. And I think thirdly, the result I heard just before I left to come here this morning, and that was Glenda Jackson's win by, I think, 40-something votes, which, again, I didn't see that coming, and an incredible result, really.
Peter, thank you very much.
Thank you.